Many people are afraid of commitment because it is very powerful to achieve whatever you desire. Commitment in this world is seen with many different eyes. Some people are afraid of it, and some people think commitment, like in marriage, is the one thing to look for. Yet, the reason why we are afraid of commitment is powerful. Commitment to achieving a goal is a lot of fuel for the universe to support you in your endeavor. Commitment doesn't mean that you let go of choice. You can always be free to choose something else. But commitment means that you do not waver, that you will not do this lightly, and especially you will not question the goal you set yourself out to every day, only with reason. When we commit to do something, it means we ask ourselves to be and do whatever is necessary to achieve that, to go there, to be that. This is a wonderful step of creation. This is the first step of creation. For example, with respect to coaching, the money you pay for coaching is not in order to achieve a result. It's not to pay the coach. It's not for anything of that kind. The money you pay in coaching is a gift to you because that is a token of commitment. It's also the token of appreciation for the coach, of course, but that is not what it's about. Or if that is about, maybe it's not the correct coach for you. But it's a token of commitment because when you are in coaching, at one point there will be a time where you have the choice. You have the choice to go through the fear of losing yourself, the fear of letting everything behind you that is in your way. Because what is supposed to happen in coaching is that the old version of you dies for a new version of you to be reborn. But this part is painful. This part is difficult because your ego likes the way that you are because it knows that the way that you are is a way that you can survive. It doesn't mean that you have to stay this way because we can always grow into a new version of ourselves, into something different, into something more evolved, into something that is willing to play the game of life more full out than the old version. But in order to get from the old state to the new state, you have to have a move of courage. You have to make a step that is uncertain, that is difficult, and you may be fearful of that. You may cling to the old life, and that is understandable. And what moves you from the old you to the new you is not only courage, it's not only a longing. Most of all, it's your commitment that pulls you forwards. At the beginning, when you were not in that situation where you were fearing for your life, where you were afraid of losing everything, you knew where your target was. Maybe not explicitly, but your soul knew where you were setting out to. And there you promised yourself something. You promised to yourself, I will go that way. And in order to underline that promise, I commit. I commit with my money. I commit with my being. I commit that this is what I'm going to do. And this commitment is exactly what will take you over that gap in order to find your new self. And exactly this is not just in coaching. Whenever you set out to do something, the commitment is what carries you through the way, what supports you in overcoming struggles, what supports you in moving obstacles out of the way. And yes, that is why marriage is considered a big commitment, because that is a path for two beings together that may be full of struggles, as relationships are there in order for us to trigger us into our greatness. And whenever a relationship triggers us into our greatness, it's very easy to point at the other person and say, it's their fault, and leave. Committing to the other person means saying, whatever happens, I will look at myself first. I will look at what it is inside of me that triggers me here. I will look at what is it that I am contributing to the situation that I'm looking at in order to grow, in order to survive, in order to thrive by letting go of what is not serving you anymore, for letting go of limiting beliefs, of habits, and of trauma that you're carrying in your inner child that you were never able to look at because you never felt safe enough to do so. Many people are afraid of commitment because it is very powerful to achieve whatever you desire.